Your green card is in your wallet right now. But here's the hard truth. Thousands of permanent residents just like you have been stopped at the border in recent weeks. They've received unexpected letters from USCIS. They've been flagged by the IRS. And most of them had absolutely no idea this was coming. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to make sure you're not blindsided. Because 5 major changes are happening right now in 2026. And if you hold a green card, the next 10 minutes could protect your status, your travel, and your entire future in the United States. So before you scroll away, give me 10 minutes. What you're about to hear is something every green card holder in America needs to know right now. I'm Henry Charles with US News 24, and we don't do rumors here. We don't do panic. We give you straight facts so you can make smart decisions about your future. Let me be direct. Your green card gives you the legal right to live and work in the United States permanently. But permanently does not mean unconditionally. There are rules. Rules about how you behave, how you pay taxes, how long you can be outside the country, and how you maintain your status. What's happening in 2026 is simple. Some of those rules are being enforced harder. Some new policies have been introduced, and some old rules that were basically ignored for years are suddenly getting real attention. Let's go through each one. Change number 1. Tax compliance and foreign financial disclosures. This isn't a new law, it's been around for years, but the enforcement? That's changing dramatically in 2026. Here's what you need to understand. If you're a green card holder, the IRS treats you as a tax resident of the United States. That means you have to report your worldwide income, not just what you earn here. Everything. A bank account back home? Report it. Property you're renting out? Report it. A business abroad? Report it. Investments? Report it. All of it is subject to U.S. tax reporting. And if you have foreign bank accounts that total more than $10,000 at any point during the year, you must file an FBAR, a foreign bank account report. This is separate from your regular tax return. Here's what's scary. Even if you don't report it, your foreign bank might already be doing it for you automatically through something called FATCA. That means the IRS could already know. Why is this blowing up in 2026? Enforcement has increased dramatically. The IRS and Customs and Border Protection have been coordinating closely to identify green card holders with significant foreign financial ties who haven't been filing the proper reports. Some people have received notices. Some have faced penalties. A small number have even had this come up at the border when trying to return to the United States. What should you do? Make sure your tax filings are current and accurate. If you're unsure whether you've been filing correctly, talk to a licensed tax professional who understands international tax law. This isn't about panic. Most green card holders who file correctly have nothing to worry about. But if there are gaps in your filing history, address them now before enforcement catches up with you. Change number 2, international travel and extended absences. Again, the rules haven't completely changed, but the scrutiny has shot up in 2026. You can travel internationally as a green card holder, but your green card is not a guaranteed re-entry ticket. Not if you've been gone for extended periods. Here's the rule. If you stay outside the United States for 6 months or more in one trip, you're going to face questions from CBP officers when you come back. If you stay outside for a full year or more without a re-entry permit, you risk losing your permanent resident status entirely. They can say you abandoned it. What's new in 2026 is how CBP officers are being trained to handle these cases. There's more consistent documentation of absences. Officers are more likely to formally question travelers who've been outside for more than 6 months, even if they have a valid green card and haven't hit the 1-year mark yet. They'll ask about your job, your home, your family ties, your financial connections to the United States. They're trying to figure out if the U.S. is really still your primary residence. If you travel frequently for work or family, and you sometimes spend more than 6 months abroad, there's a tool you need to know about a re-entry permit. You apply for it using Form I-131 before you leave the United States. USCIS issues it. It gives you documented permission to stay outside for up to 2 years without abandoning your green card. Now, social media is spreading a rumor that green cards are being canceled at the border for minor travel. That's not accurate. A CBP officer cannot cancel your green card on the spot, period. They might refer you to secondary inspection. In extreme cases, they might issue something called an expedited removal, but that involves a formal legal process. You have rights. The exaggerated version of this story on social media is causing unnecessary panic. Here's what you actually need to do. Understand your rights, carry documentation of your ties to the United States, and if you're a frequent traveler, get a re-entry permit. That's it. Change number 3, continuous. Residence requirements for naturalization. If you're planning to apply for U.S. citizenship, you need to have lived continuously in the United States for a specific period, usually 5 years, or 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen. In 2026, USCIS updated how officers review your travel history during naturalization interviews. They're examining whether long trips abroad broke your continuous residence. And here's the thing, they're adding them up. If you took 5 separate trips that were each 5 months long over 5 years, USCIS is going to add those up and look at your total physical presence in the country. They want to see that your life has genuinely been centered here in the United States. This isn't a brand new standard, but the level of scrutiny has definitely increased. If you're getting ready to file for naturalization and you've spent significant time abroad, review your travel record carefully before you submit anything. USCIS is looking at your passport, your tax returns, your employment records, and yes, sometimes your social media. Change number 4, public benefits and the public charge ground of inadmissibility. This is one of the most misunderstood topics in all of U.S. immigration, and social media has made it even worse. Let me be crystal clear. Most green card holders are not subject to the public charge test once they have their green card. The public charge assessment mainly applies when someone is applying for a green card, not after. But there are exceptions. Certain categories of people can still be reviewed under public charge rules if they travel outside the United States for extended periods and then seek re-entry. In 2026, the policy guidance has been clarified to make this more relevant for green card holders who've been outside the country. The key thing to understand is which benefits count and which don't. Medicaid in most circumstances can be a factor, but emergency Medicaid, CHIP, school nutrition programs, those are explicitly not counted. If you're unsure about your specific situation, USCIS has published detailed guidance at uscis.gov. That's always the most reliable place to check. Change number 5, green card renewals and USCIS processing in 2026. Green cards issued for 10 years need to be renewed. Conditional green cards issued for 2 years need to have those conditions removed before the 2 years expire. Here's the reality. Processing times at USCIS are still backed up. That's not new, but it's something you need to plan around. The update for 2026 is that USCIS has adjusted how it handles extension notices for applicants who filed to remove conditions or renew before their expiration. If your card has expired, but you filed your renewal on time, USCIS will issue automatic extension notices. These serve as temporary evidence of your continued legal status while your case is pending. Employers and CBP are supposed to accept these as valid. The problem? Not every employer and not every CBP officer knows about this policy. It's causing real-world confusion. If you're in this situation, carry your filing receipt, your extension notice, and your expired green card together. That combination is your documentation of valid status. There's also been a significant increase in requests for evidence during the renewal process. USCIS is sending more letters asking for additional documentation before approving cases. This isn't a denial, it's a request. When you get one, respond carefully and completely within the time frame they give you. Now let me address the fear I know you're feeling. You've seen headlines, you've heard stories. Maybe your friends are scared, maybe you're scared. Here's what you need to know. Immigration rules in the United States do not change overnight. There are administrative processes, legal procedures, court systems, and oversight mechanisms that exist specifically to prevent sudden, unlawful mass action against lawfully documented residents. You have legal rights as a green card holder. If you follow the rules of your status and stay informed, your situation is manageable. Here's what you actually need to do right now. Make sure your taxes are filed correctly and that any foreign financial accounts are properly reported. Be thoughtful about how long you spend outside the United States and document your ties to this country. If you're approaching naturalization eligibility, review your travel record and talk to a licensed immigration attorney before you file. If your green card is expiring, file early and keep your documentation organized. And when you see a scary headline, come to sources like this before you make any decisions. Always verify through official sources. USCIS is at uscis.gov. CBP is at cbp.gov. The State Department is at travel.state.gov. Congress.gov is where you can verify whether any actual legislation has been passed. Social media is not a source, it's noise. I'm Henry Charles with US News 24. We're here to replace fear with facts, to replace rumors with clarity, and to help you stay informed without panic. Immigration is complicated, but it doesn't have to be terrifying when you understand what's actually happening. If this video helped you, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you know someone with a green card who's worried right now, share this video with them. It might be the most calming thing they see today. And if you have a specific immigration question you want us to cover, leave it in the comments. We read every single one. Stay informed, stay calm.